Alright, robbing a bank. Aw, dude, I hit my clarion, come on. I don't even know where the hell we are on the map right now. Alright, I think Liquid Remy's trying to get us killed. He is teleporting us like a beast into the middle of these fights. Man, I need someone else to take some of this aggro off me. Gotta get some buffs out there. Where's Stony? Screw it, give me more pets. Alright, time to get the patches going. Yes, Remy just put us in the middle of the map and started pulling. I gotta start focusing on one area and smoking everything over there. What the frick? Oh no. This is one way to do a mayhem mission. Jesus Christ. Guess I need to turn my TP confirmation on. Jesus, what is going on? Did we even clear that one? I'm not even sure we're clearing these things. Alright, duck around the corner. Guess I picked the right character for this shit. Got area denial like the Ying. Where to next? I think he got them all. Okay. Alright, get my Stony out here. They're taking shit from every direction. I don't know where my Stony is. Dude, what are you doing up there? Alright, yeah. Insanity is all I gotta say. Come to daddy. Come to Beavis. Come to Beavis. That guy wants an escort. Guess he's not getting one. Oh shit. Yeah, so you better frickin' get ready on this door, you people. Guess I'm only tier 1 on my lore. So I played with Remy before, and I know he likes a challenge, but this might be pushing it. I mean, I'm having fun, so I really don't care, but I'm not sure the rest of these people sign up for this crazy shit. He's pretty much just like TPing us from place to place, pulling everything possible. I know he's run a bunch of bank missions before. I really didn't realize it was like this style. Oh no. Oh shit. I was just dropping patches. Hollow Man, come on. After all this? Just love just drop patch after patch in the middle up here. It's like whatever offense, defense you thought you had is gone. Okay. That was the most insane mayhem mission I've ever run. I don't know if Remy has any more planned, but that was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm gonna pause the video. Let's see if we're doing more or not. Alright, we got a next mission queued up here. Stack this crap in there. Nothing's coming out of that choke point. I don't know if we have anybody in the melee to put any of my other buffs on, so I'll throw up on Stony. Give him Flame. Spirit Ward. Frostworks. This guy's really got a lot of area denial powers. Well, I don't really deny it to them. I let them walk right into it and die. Oh no. Oh shit, there's stuff behind us too. Just council. I got took a beating. All right, that's the end of that one. I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, I was gonna do my traditional run with this controller, logged in, saw that guy I know, Liquid Remy here, was running some 54 missions, so I said, well, why don't I join him and run this backwards, do my team stuff first, and then I'll return to the introduction of the build second. But this is my Earth Cold controller. Bunch of patches for controls and debuffs. If I can help this guy out. See you guys hiding back there. And I believe Remy enjoys team TPing us right in the middle of a freaking hot zone. Like that. Know where my animated stone is. I'm gonna pop him right here. Dude, I am taking some freaking serious aggro. Should we had a tank here or something. Spam taunt. Anyway, every time I try to explain what this character's about, Remy drops us off into a meat grinder. I can't save you, bro. You're out of luck. Can't see what the hell's going on. I'm not sure I want to, but gotta get something going here. Hey, where's Stony Boney? There he is. Get in there, boy. How the hell are these things coming from this side? Need to have Remy run all of my team missions. +5s, huh? Oh no. Well, it's interesting to know that my patch debuffs are just shredding these +5s. Somebody might have TP'd. Got him. All right. So yes, Ogham, Earth Control, Cold Domination, Primal Mastery Controller, running some level 44 stuff when I first started. I think we just got to 46. Taking on +4s. There were some level 51s in there, which is always fun, right? +5 foes. You'll get +5 foes if you're set to +4, and on most maps, there's always like extra hard enemies that'll spawn at a level higher. You won't see them if you're running pure level 50 missions, because 54 is like the game cap for enemies. But you can get +5s if you're running below level 50 missions, because you will get those occasional super spawns, whatever you want to call them. That group's toast. This guy's got some pow pow. I don't know where you are. If you need help, do not break line of sight with me, or the defender for that matter. So right now we're getting +4 enemies, level 50s, but don't be surprised if you see some level 51s in there. Powerful combo of debuffs and controls. And once you got them debuffed like that, you can lay down some decent damage. This is a devastating combo. Pyronic, stalagmites, and then stone cages. Boom. Yeah, so taking a look at the mids build, you can see I've got pretty much all the powers from Earth Control and Cold Domination. I didn't need Snowstorm. It's, toggle slow. I already got enough slows with the patches of Quicksand and, got all your other immobilizes and holds and stuff, so I didn't need that. The shields are nice, frost work as well, just to kind of keep your team buffed and safe while you can then just focus on controls. That's one problem I have when you're playing a buffing set like healing, like empathy, and then trying to control at the same time. You'll get on a team, you'll get split between your duties. Do you, heal and keep your allies going, buffed up, kinetics, or do you control and keep the mobs off of everybody else? So I think this is a great combo of, you can buff, every couple minutes during a mission, and then just focus on debuffing, controlling the enemies, and with all the damage procs and stuff you see in like stone cages, stalagmites, earthquake. I got something quicksand, volcanic gases. You've got it in sleet. Animate stones got some. Well, he's got defensive stuff, make him even tankier. Then I've got capped smash lethal resistance because I took tough from the fighting pool and slotted up temporary invulnerability from primal mastery. I've got enough single target and multi-target attacks with the art with the sorcery pool. I've got arcane bolt plus the single target stone prison fossilize attack controls. Toss in there infrigidate, which is procced up for damage. Got Power Blast over here, damage, Energy Torrent, and both of these I just want for the knockback to knock down, keep things just concentrated in one area to smush them. That's pretty much his main goal. Just concentrate things down, get the patches out there, and just lay into them with, all these different procs and containment damage and stuff. And if you're on a team like you just saw, your allies just dump rains and whatever AoEs they've got on top of targets and just smoke them. So anyway, that's kind of the main idea of the build. I've got a lot of recharge as well, not a ton, but enough to kind of keep those big patches coming back really quickly. My recovery end drain is great as far as like a 4-to-1 ratio, so I'm getting my blue bar is recovering really quickly. You're not really spamming single target attacks anyway. You're getting a lot of your damages from the patches and their damage procs. As far as the incarnate stuff went, I went ahead with the Clarion in order to you have mez protection because, you know, I can't be getting stunned and slept and stuff every freaking 5 seconds. Went with support core. That gives me the endurance reduction as long as I've got it slotted up. Plus, you got the boosts to damage, accuracy, defense, and special, which helps with your controls. I've got to finish leveling up my Simamorans here to tier 3. I think I got it at tier 1 or 2. I'll have to double check that. I went with the diamagnetic interface to get some more to hit debuff to help, you know, keep them a little bit safer with that. Cardiacs give me some more endurance reduction, plus the, you know, damage resistance help me cap that smash lethal. Increased range is nice to be able to lay out those patches at, you know, range. And then the Pyronic, I already mentioned that. I've got the chance for Disorient. I want the radial side because that stacks nicely with Stalagmites. Plus, I think Stony can stun with some of his punches that he's got. Arctic Fog gives you some stealth, right? I've got it slotted for Luck of the Gamblers. Give me some more defense. You know, overall my defenses are pretty solid once I've got the support core clicked. Without it clicked, I'm sitting around 10% or so, you know, 9 to 15% with most of the defenses. But once you activate your support core, you're bumping that up to around 30. So that's pretty strong right there if I have that activated. And then, you know, you've got just a bunch of single target buffs with the shields and flame and spirit ward that you can keep your team going. Frost work as well. Couple solid debuffs, single target and frigidate and benumb. The guy's just a patching, debuffing monster. That's his shtick. So that said, let me see where we're at here. I maybe will run one just solo mission to kind of give you the, you know, reverse version of what I did before. Let me go ahead and put mids out of its misery here. What am I set to? I'm set to +2 times 6. So let's see. I think I've got mission ready that I was going to run, and then, yeah, and then I saw Liquid Remy had posted he was running some level 54 stuff, so I figured, well, I'll jump on that real quick. And that was a trip. All right, so let me go ahead and get 1 or 2 of these solo missions knocked out. You just saw all the team stuff. Boom. There we go. And then I'll close with just the basic screenshot of the guy. Let's get my pet out there. So level 51 because of my alpha slot. And I'm fighting level 52s. If I'm soloing, I can shield the crap out of animated stone. Turn him into just a tanky killer. Alright, he's ready. And with the patches, what's going to be cool is you can drop them around a corner, that kind of thing. There's some guys over there. Let's see. Come on, Stony. Just kind of walk up here and watch him do something. Alright, he's diving in. Not sure I've just soloed this guy with 54s before. I don't have any way to heal myself is the big problem. Which is why I took the Simamorans to get the Surgeon, but I don't have him unlocked yet. Controllers are fairly easy to solo. And we don't have the raw damage of, let's say, a blaster or brute like I showed earlier. But you've got pets. You got controls to lock things down. You've got containment to boost your damage. And then you got some buff or debuff set that is useful. Cold is pretty nice for a solo buff set. Like, if all you're going to do is solo, you could just skip your shields. Although it kind of defeats the purpose. Gotta be boss or something back there. There he is. Let's keep the shields fresh and whoops, I didn't want to do that. That was my mistake. I meant to put that on my guy, not the enemy. Okay. So like I said, I don't have a way to heal myself, so that's the danger. So I need to avoid taking damage. My incarnate pet's gonna go away soon. Yeah, you can see I've almost died twice so far. One was because I accidentally shot the guy that I shouldn't have with Inflame. The other one, I just kind of got stunned there for a second with that boss, and then so if I don't have my clearing up, I don't have a way to heal. Makes it much riskier. Of course, I could play a little bit smarter, just play the edge game here a little bit. Edge as in, stay around corners. Use the line of sight geometry here. It's going to aggro any second now. Alright, I think I'm going to get my combo up in a second. Stalagmites and Pyronic. Hit it. Get him, Stony. Alright, done. Let me pause this for a second. Alright, so I think I'm going to not bother with the other council solo mission, the ×3, ×8 plus threes. Um, I could do it. It'll just kind of take a little bit because this guy is going to have to play a little more carefully, just given the fact that he doesn't have any healing or that sort of thing. So, but, he was surviving those crazy team missions that we were running earlier. So I think that showcases enough of what he's able to do on a team. And you just saw his ability with some solo. So I think that should probably wrap it up for this guy. But this is Ogham. Earth control, which is got oodles and oodles of control. A lot of patches that it can drop down with quicksand and volcanic gases and earthquakes. So you can drop them at range, create an area of just control. So you can drop them around a corner, you can drop them right at your feet, whatever. It's probably not the smartest idea to drop them while you're like right in the open. I did it a couple times when I was solo in there, so that would not be a great opener just to sort of throw volcanic gases out there. You need to have maybe a stalagmites. I threw that a couple times, but especially if you're going against multiple boss, groups, because you don't have like dominator levels of that spike control. You have to rely upon, if you get lucky, you can get the critical holds and such. So, it's better to kind of stomp or drop around a corner or pull them into it, that sort of thing. If you do open, stalagmites is your best bet in the open. So if you're not can't get a corner or something like that to break line of sight, just stomp and then hit them with the double combo there with the Pyronic Blast. But if you're not at level 50, of course, that's not possible because you don't have Pyronic. Um, then besides that, you've got your cold domination, which has lots of buffs, shields, and it's got a lot of debuffs. So it's a great, dual set like that. I like when I'm playing controllers to try to focus on debuff sets. Because if you're playing buffing like kinetics or empathy, you've got to focus so much on your allies, keeping them alive and keeping them going, that it's hard to then also control. So if you're doing a very active control set and a very active buff set, it makes you have to pick and choose every single second of the mission. It's just too busy for my tastes. I prefer, if I'm going to be concentrating full buff, then I need just some sort of fire and forget type of damage, like, something like, let's say, Ice Storm or, Ice Blast, where you can kind of just drop something, let it do damage while you're buffing your allies. Um, you know, but if I'm going to be actively controlling, then I need to have a more passive buff set, in this case, debuff. So that's the big thing with that. And then Primal, I liked it just because it gives you a couple of nice attacks to throw in some more knockback, knockdown, to, combine with your other, area control type powers. And then you've got some more, damage attacks to team up with your lackluster. That's one problem with Earth controls. It's single target attacks. The hold and the immobilize, they're not the greatest. They're just these slow damage over time type of powers. So you need something a little punchier. So I went with Primal. Plus Primal will team with his tough in order to get that capped smash lethal resistance, which is the other thing I wanted to get. And then you've got some more personal defense with your Arctic fog. Gives you some defense, gives you some stealth. So overall, great package player. Character, I should say. Uh, Buffing, support, right? Debuffing, neutering enemies, control, locking targets down, keeping things concentrated, letting the team just pound on stuff, and then you debuff the hell out of your targets so that even against +5s, you're able to hit and do a bunch of damage. Anyway, that's the vid. I'll be posting this a little bit later, but hopefully that was fun and it made sense because I went backwards this time. So dropped you right in the action, circled back around to the end here, and explained hopefully what the hell I was trying to do. All right, have a good one.